to talk about friends and neighbors. Because we all have friends and we all pretty much have neighbors, even though our neighbors may be farther away than other people. I have a neighbor that is about 300 yards away from me. We share a common driveway and we interact periodically, but it's not something I would say is a friendship. Then I also had some friends that were people that I saw, at least once a week, sometimes multiple times a week. We would go out drinking together. We would get at each other's houses and sit around and barbecue. And basically, I only had the two friends and my neighbor that I really connected with because even though I've had this house for a long time, I haven't lived here a lot because as a priest, I've moved around a lot and haven't built a really strong community here. But I came back on a flight and my flight was delayed. It was winter, it was stormy out, and I'm about a mile from home. And it's icy roads, it's 3 a.m, and a deer jumps in front of me. I hit the brakes and I slide sideways into a ditch, get a giant cut on my forehead and total my car. I call the sheriff's office and there's so much going on because of all the ice. They say, just lock the car, leave a note if you can. We've acknowledged that you called. You're not abandoning the vehicle, leaving a crime scene or anything. We understand. Thank you for calling in. So I did all of that, and then I called my friend. And he picked up the phone. Remember, it's 3 a.m, it's dark, it's icy, it's rainy. And I say, hey, I just totaled my car about 3 miles away from your house. My car's totaled. My head's bleeding. Can you come get me? And his response was, well, if you can't find somebody else to come get you, give me a call back. This was my friend. Only other person I could really call than my other friend had kids, and it was just going to be too much disruption of his family. So I called my neighbor. My neighbor and I are not the greatest of friends. He's actually pretty conservative. I'm pretty liberal. We don't agree on all things, but I called him. And here's how he answered the phone. He said, hey, John, it's 3 a.m. You're calling. Nobody calls unless there's a problem. I'm putting my pants on. Where do I need to come? That's the neighbor, not the friend. That's the neighbor. In subsequent years, really pulled away from my friend a lot, partially over that, but then there was also a situation where some people at a bar online had started to say a whole bunch of things online about liberals. I live in a very conservative area. And somebody mentioned killing liberals. And my friend was on that feed and he put a smiley face, ha-ha face. And then people started listing liberals and I was on that list. And when I pointed that out, he was like, well, what do you want me to do about it? And that was pretty much the end of the friendship because I was like, if you can't defend me when people are talking about killing me, that doesn't sound like much of a friend. And not long after that, I started to burn some brush here in my burn pile because on 38-acre old farm, that's mostly woods, you get a lot of debris that needs to be burned. And so I'm burning a little debris in the burn pile. My neighbor comes over with his 10-year-old son. He also brought a bottle of bourbon, a few glasses. And so we sit down, I have chairs around the burn pile, and we're sitting there and we're talking, and we both agreed. We don't agree politically. We don't agree on a whole bunch of stuff. But what we do agree on is the fact that we want better lives for our children. We want this country to be strong and better for the whole world. And started to think about it. Who is my true friend? And I think back to the story of the Good Samaritan. Jesus said, who is your neighbor, not who is your friend. And as neighbors, we need to support each other. And being a neighbor is probably more important than being a friend. Because you got to share a life with a neighbor. You got to share a common border. You got to share common ground. And consequently, I still don't call that neighbor a friend because there's just not that deep emotional content, but I can count on him. He knows he can count on me. I've stepped in and helped him. They had issues with their sons, and I stepped in. And I've also learned that sometimes friends aren't friends, and you have to hold them at distance. You can love them, and that's always that's the hardest part of unconditional love. Is I still love my friend. I love my neighbor too, but it was the friend that hurt my heart, and can repeatedly hurt my heart. And so I've had to hold them at arm's length. I have a similar issue with my mom. My mom has lots of issues, and every time I talk to her, she leaves me diminished. Every time I give her even the smallest opportunity, she's doing something to needle me or cause me pain or make me feel uncomfortable. And so I've told her very specifically, I love you, Mom, but I never want to talk to you again. All you do is bring pain into my life. And that's the tough part about unconditional love, because unconditional love doesn't require liking somebody. And that's the divine love. And that's the hard part, is trying to love those people that are hard to love. My not so friendly friend can be hard to love. My vicious mother can be hard to love, but love her anyway. And I keep going back. Doesn't require unconditional love. Does not require me to unconditionally like. So who is my neighbor? Jesus made it pretty clear. Everybody is my neighbor. Matter of fact, I'm probably my own most important neighbor. We forget that we need to take care of ourselves as well. Unconditional love for self. It all starts there.